Hello again, fellow Goodies fan. It's Jeffers here from the Goodies podcast with video number 4 in the Goodies Gear series, where I'm going to take you through the making of a 1975 Bill Oddie replica shirt. Bill's 1975 shirt, the Series 5 shirt. It's a fantastic bit of clothing, and one that is, let's say, realistically achievable, because some of his other outfits require full-on tailoring and creation of stuff from scratch, and not all of us have the money for that sort of thing. Anyway, obviously we've already given you the spoiler of showing you the shirt, and here it is. But with all these labours of love, there's always a story behind it. So as mentioned, we'll take you through the making of this shirt, which was created a decade ago, around this time, sort of August, September 2010. I actually put together 3 of these, one for myself, one for Goodies podcast co-host Steve Gerlach, and one for Goodies podcast co-host Megan Dell. So that kind of meant buying everything in 3s, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So as you know, if you watched a lot of Series 5, which some people say is the best series of the Goodies, the Bill shirt here was always worn over the top of your traditional Goodies t-shirt. Oh, look at that. Anyway. Oh, before we start out with step 1 of how we made this shirt, I'll just show you a quick photo of Steve Gerlach, Goodies podcast co-host, modelling his. And after that, of course, I've got a photograph which was in the Bill Oddie tour video we created in the Goodies gear. That is me wearing mine with Bill and the Trandom there. Anyway, step 1, of course, was to watch an awful lot of Series 5 and figure out from different angles and getting screen captures of exactly what patches were on this shirt and what embroidery was on Bill's shirt. Obviously, that was a pretty fun task. Any excuse to watch some Series 5 is always very, very welcome. But the problem I encountered was I was working from sort of computer files or VHSs or DVDs that had been burnt from, I don't know, 3rd generation VHS copies of very blurry source material. But anyway, we made a diagram of exactly what patches were on Bill's shirt. Okay, number 1, easy peasy, that was the anchor. Number 2, large black and white daisy. Now that's on the reverse of the shirt here. 1 large black and white daisy. Then we had a stop sign, which was on the front there. Oh, there we go. 1 stop sign. 4, I'm a goodie. Now the I'm a goodie patch. Now obviously you couldn't just buy one of those off eBay like you could with some of the other patches. So what we had to do was get a designer to come up with a digital file so that I could then give that digital file to a patch embroidering place and then commission a whole bunch of these patches, which you would have already seen. And then they did, down at the patch embroidery place, created this, which was the, I don't know, what would you call that? The prototype, I suppose. And it needed a dark circle around it, a dark border. And that's, you can see the result there. Now these upper bits of the letters are supposed to have lines on them. But as I said, I was working from very blurry source material. I didn't know that at the time. But I thought, right, I'll get 20 of these patches made up. And again, we did give them out as prizes on the podcast from time to time. I think we gave some to some goodies as well. Anyway, we do have a few left over here. Save them for a rainy day. Now, getting back to the list of patches, then there was a small yellow daisy. Here we go. Oh, small red daisy. And then, of course, we've got number 9, which is a question mark. And that was down the bottom here. I'll show you it on Bill's shirt. We don't know what it was, but I tried to get the most Bill type of patch I could. Rock and roll. It's a good enough substitute. Now, number 10 on my diagram was on the front, and it's a red patch of some sort, which in this case, on the replica shirt, is Hickory Hills, Traverse City, and that's skiing. But on Bill's shirt, I kind of thought it might be a red Amnesty International logo sort of patch, but I couldn't figure out what it was, and then even if I could figure out what it was, trying to buy one would have been just about impossible. Okay, moving on to number 11. Now there was a yellow triangle-y type patch on the sleeve, which I now know was a banana, but what we did is got a Stax Records yellow patch and put it on the sleeve. I think Bill would approve of the Stax Records patch. That's not bad. I can. Now the other thing we had to look at was all these patches on each of the, well, what I'll call the collarbone area of the shirts. Now we eventually worked out that New Mexico was embroidered on one side of Bill's shirt and Utah was embroidered on the other side of Bill's shirt. So we just got those stitched in by a very nice lady who did the embroidery for this, because I can't do these things myself. That was fairly easy in comparison to the next big problem, which were all the patches that you get around the collarbone area here, with Native American themes and all sorts of stuff. Now there was no way we were ever going to get the patches for those, so we had to improvise. We've got some Amerindian Cocopelli stuff and just other Native American themes to go around. Peruvian themes, South American themes, these sorts of things. Anything that looked like it would get a pass on a quick glance. And from a distance it came out pretty good. Now the actual shirt itself. This shirt was originally a completely different colour. We had to buy some dye. I don't know if I can get this here, but it's a Marcus Hill shirt. Is that going to focus? Anyway, $60 shirt, and then we paid $5 for some dye and made sure it was the right colour, and we did try to match it as faithfully as we could. And you know, this is as close as anyone was going to get, I think. Now, as I said earlier, we were getting 3 of these done, and I didn't know if any other fans would want one done as well. So when I was buying the patches, and here some of them are, I tended to buy them in bulk, most of them from the US of A. So let's see what we've got in here. I've still got probably enough patches to crank out another 1975 Bill shirt. By the way, after all was said and done, because I just looked at the money again, and it came out to around 186 Australian dollar-y dues per shirt. Alright, so now I've still got receipts for various things. Now what I did try to do was get some patches that were quite Bill-like in attitude. I think the old Kiss Me Baby, I'm a Fairy Prince, oops, sorry, that's a fairly sort of 70s Bill thing to sort of have there. Early bird, because Bill likes birds. Anyway, this one you saw on the shirt. Oh, what have we got here? Ah, yes, the daisies. Yep. Iron-on patches. They were pretty easy to get on eBay. And inside this one, what else have we got? I hope there's no nasty surprises in here. More stops. Oh, Foo Fighters. Now, the reason I got these, and we'll go through these in a minute, is because on Bill's shirt here, remember the unidentified patch that I hope to be able to show you a close-up of there. I thought these Foo Fighters patches might make a suitable replacement. And they probably would if I was ever to do another one again. Oh, look. Okay, oh yes, another anchor. And this, I don't know why I didn't use this. In fact, I haven't even unpacked it, but that, even though it doesn't fit on the shirt technically, I think would have been fantastic. A dodo for Bill's shirt. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's get this replica back on the table and wrap this up. Now, I've sort of rushed through this with a bit of a garbled explanation. And also, it's been 10 years. I mean, the memory cheats. I'm not exactly sure what order I did it in and all those sorts of things. But the point is it was tremendous fun. I really enjoyed looking out on eBay for the patches, the thrill of the hunt, trying to find it all, trying to get the right dye, trying to get a decent shirt. And of course, as I said earlier, watching a hell of a lot of Series 5 to try and figure out what Bill was wearing. But even this, which I think is about 85% accurate, absolutely pales in comparison to some of the brilliant cosplay goodies things I've seen online. The Goodies Facebook group, of course on Goodies Rule OK. At the various events, you've seen photos of people turning out in all sorts of fantastic Bill and Tim and Graham cosplays. So not only would I encourage you to have a go at doing one of yours, but if you have done one, please comment on this or go to the Goodies Podcast Facebook group and share some photos of what you've done with some Goodies cosplay. Because it's not very often we can actually whip these items out and wear them. But yeah, this is just another example of Goodies gear, and thanks for tuning in. Click like, subscribe, all that sort of gear. And join us again for future videos on more Goodies memorabilia, whether it's homemade or not. Cheers!